Okay, let's get to work and build our Skype chatbot. So what you want to do is log into MiniApps. And then what we're going to do is go to build bot in constructor. And then you have to give your bot a name. One thing you want to do is think about a name that's a little bit original. Don't make it just bot or chatbot, because those names will be taken already. And when you try to deploy this to Skype, you won't be able to because the name will be taken. So let's go here and let's make something a little bit more unique. I'm going to make it David Udemy bot. And then we're here at the place where you can build your bot. But before we start to edit and create our bot, we're going to connect it first to the Microsoft Bot framework. Okay, so what we do is we click on this, and you see it's going to ask us for an application ID and an application secret. Well, in order to get those, we got to do a few things. So the first thing we want to do is open up this link here, which will give us the instructions about how we get those two things. And what we do is we go and follow through the instructions here. Okay, so we must fill out several different things, and we must have a Microsoft developers account in order for this to work. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to go to this, which is the Microsoft Bot Framework registration page. So we're going to open that up. And we're then going to fill this out. Okay, we can put our own icon here if you want to make an icon for your bot. I'm not going to put my own icon yet because I haven't made one. Going to go ahead and name it. So I'm going to name it the same thing. And then the bot handle. So this is what your bot name is going to look like when people are accessing it. So let's just also make that. I'm going to make that a little bit more simple. And then I'm just going to put here some description about it. And then let's scroll down. We need to get the configuration. So there's two things that we need to get from Microsoft. We need to get the Microsoft App ID and password. And to do that, what we do is we just click this button. This is taking us out to the Microsoft developer site. You see here apps.dev.microsoft, and we need to be signed in for that. So if you don't have an account and you're not signed in to your developer account, it will ask you to sign in or create an account, and you need to do that before you can go further here. Okay, but I'm already signed into my account, and so it goes straight into the generation of the app ID and password. So here's the app ID. This is what we will need to put back into here, but it's going to do most of it automatically for us. Okay, all I got to do is generate the password for this. And here you have the password. I'm going to copy it now because we might need it later. You can also save this, maybe copy it into a Word document or into Notepad so that you have it later. I'm eventually just going to delete this bot, so I don't need to save it. You can regenerate this later. You can't actually open this. So once actually I close this box, it will be hidden and I won't be able to see it again. There's no way I can actually get this password again. So if you lost it, there would be no way to get it back. And what you would have to do is regenerate and make a new one. But that is possible, and it's not that difficult. It's just if you had your bot running already and deployed, you definitely wouldn't want to make a new password for it, because everybody that's using your bot at that time would then lose access to it. Okay, we're all done then. We need to finish and go back to the bot framework. And so we have most of it filled out. This thing is missing right here, the HTTPS URL, and that's something that we need to get in combination with MiniApps. Okay, so what you do is you can actually find what we need for that down here in the instructions. So these things we've all filled out already. It's this that we need, and we need just this first part, which is this HTTPS part up until the number. The number, you notice, is the Microsoft App ID. Okay, so we need this api.miniapps.run/mbf. And then slash, and I copy my ID and paste it here. Okay, then we should be all set. Let's just go back and double check that we have it all correct. So API miniapps.run/mbf and then app ID api.miniapps.run/mbf app ID. Okay, we're all set. And we don't need to select this again. If we select this again, we're going to go and regenerate our app ID and password again, and we don't want to do that. So all we do then is scroll down and we fill this stuff out. And this can be absolutely anything. You don't need any real company information here. The bot statement or the bot privacy statement in the terms of use, that also can be anything. You should have those before you deploy your bot in the real world, but we're not going to actually deploy this into the real world, so we can just put anything right now. But you need to put HTTPS for this, otherwise it's going to give you an error. And I'm just going to use Google. And I'm going to put the same thing down here. There is a couple of websites that will make these privacy statement in terms of use statements for free for you, some legal websites. And I have used those before to make these kind of things for various different websites, and I strongly suggest doing that. So just go to Google and type in privacy statement template, and there's several sites that will actually make these for you. If you're planning to deploy this to your web, then you can put your website there. I'm not planning to do that now. You can use hashtags so people could find it. You can select your language, those kind of things. But those are all not required right now. We've filled out all the required stuff. So let's go ahead then and register this. And it will check to make sure that everything is okay. Okay, I forgot to tick the box here saying that I agree to the terms of use. So let's go and do that. And now pick register. Okay, I got some errors, so I got to go look and see what it is that is the problem. Okay, that bot ID is not available, so we need to make it something else. So let's just add some numbers there. And this becomes the problem if you're using just some name and bot or chatbot or something bot, something that's very well known, and just putting bot after it. Of course, it's going to be taken already. Okay, now we're all set, and we've then created our bot in the Microsoft Bot Framework, and we're ready then to start building our bot and deploying it to different services. So you see here, now here I have my bot and the details about it, and here I have add to Skype. So this, when I'm all done making my bot, this is what I'll press then to add it actually to Skype to get it to work in Skype. The last thing we need to do is then paste in our application ID and our application secret into our Microsoft Bot Frame connection and then assign it. Okay, now if you do need to replace this information later, or you forgot to do this and you accidentally closed your session, you can go to the Microsoft Bot Framework and get these things again. So what you do is you go and log into your account, and then you go to your application registration portal, and then you see here you get your app ID. And if you open it up, you can't actually see your password or public key, but you can delete it and make a new one, or you can just generate a new password and redo it from there. The old one will still be active, which you might want to do if you have a reason that you must recreate your password because you forgot it or lost it, but you still want the people that are using your bot to be able to access it. You can regenerate it here and regenerate a second one actually. Okay, so we're all set then. All we do is click assign. And then we're ready to start to build our app. You see here, now it's not grayed out, but it's showing highlighted in purple, and that means you're actually connected to the Microsoft Bot Framework, which means that you can deploy this to Skype. Let's continue in the next lecture with building our bot.